Alright, so that brings us to step four. Step four is creating your logo. You want to create a logo to represent your business. Again, I suggest you keep it simple. Make it readable. Make it something that connects to your audience and that lets your targeted audience know what service you're offering. In our case, I know I have a history of graphic design, so I design everything in house. I kept it simple. You see, I had the 518 area code, the painters, the business name, and on the bottom I have a roller with a big red stripe. That kind of red is kind of, it stands out. So that big red stripe kind of focuses your attention on my shirt. So that's, at least that's the goal. Anyways, again, keep it simple. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be a graphic designer to do this. There's many ways that you can get a logo done without having to pay a crazy amount of money. There's sites such you can hop on Craigslist. There's graphic designers looking for work all the time. Freelance graphic designers. You can hop on the site called Fiverr. I'm going to get into a little bit more, where you can pay. They advertise $5 for a logo. You end up paying a little bit more, sometimes 10, sometimes 15, 25, depending on how intricate you want it. But you can keep it fairly cheap. You can get a logo fairly cheap. So if you want to get your logo and you're not a graphic designer or you're not an artist, and here's a simple way to do that. Luckily, I'm very familiar with graphic design, and we pretty do much. We pretty much do all our graphic design, all our flyers, everything. Everything is done in house here. That saves us a couple of bucks, and it's something that I enjoy doing too. And that's how you kill two birds with one stone. Anyway, so what you would do here is you go to a site called Fiverr with 2Rs.com. And this is a site for, you can become, you can sign in, you can join here, and it's pretty simple. So what you would do is type in logo and hit search. And here you can find all these different offers, and you choose your 3D animations. We'll do clean and professional logo for your business starting at $25. So you can get it fairly cheap. Usually if you hire a graphic artist, you can expect to pay at least $100 starting off for a simple logo. And so you can get a pretty decent logo here. I'll create a logo for gaming, esports, and sports team, $10. So you have your different options that you can look into. On this side, you can fine tune the delivery time. The quicker you get it done, the more you're gonna pay. You can choose whether you want 3D, versatile, your file format. So you have to play around with this, and you can shop around. You got your logo design, business logo. Go into here, check this out. So here I will do a business logo design starting at $40, $5. So you can expect to you're gonna pay around between $20 and $50 for a nice logo. And then you pick something like this. You got your basic, but you get your high resolution. You get logo transparency, which you'll need to, if you want to do business cards, in order to scale your picture without it pixelating, so it stays clear. You want to have a PNG file. You also want to have logo transparency, meaning that if you have a background other than white, so let's say you have a card that's going to be blue, or you're going to have a card that's going to be gray or red, your logo transparency pretty much lets you put your logo on any background without having like a box, like a white box behind your logo. So pretty much you can place your logo on any background that you choose, and the higher the more that you pay, the more options you have. So you're gonna have to shop around. They have great designers here, and you can get something very simple, and you can get something very intricate. It really depends on what you want to spend. So yeah, it's really easy to use this, and they have different offers here. You got sellers from India, you have sellers from the US. It's easier to work with people that speak English. So if you get somebody from the US or the UK or Canada, they're usually easier to work with. They might be a little bit more pricey than somebody from India or from Thailand, China, due to the fact that they're so easy to work with. They charge a little bit more, but again, there's something for everybody's budget in here. So if you have $20, if you have $50, if you got $100 that you want to spend on a logo, this is the place where you get it. Fiverr.com. Another place you can go to is your local Craigslist. So I'm gonna do Albany Craigslist. Tell you the truth, it doesn't even have to be local. You can just go pretty much to any Craigslist, and what you type in is logo design. Look, and we got 46 offers right here. Look, logo designs $80, logo design $49, flyer design $49. So you have a bunch of offers here on Craigslist too. If Fiverr is not something that you want to work with, what I suggest here is whenever you get a logo, and before you decide, before you pay them, always have them send you a mock-up. A mock-up is a low quality, low resolution, so meaning that you can't really use it. If you open it up and you try to blow it up, it just gets very pixelated, and so in that way, you can see what they're delivering. If you want to do, if you want to revise it, you can revise it. Usually, a lot of graphic designers will say, okay, listen, well, I'll give you 3 free, you can revise it three times, and then I'll charge you extra. But yeah, always get a mock-up before you pay anything. And then when you pay, go through PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, I really suggest you set one up, because it's very beneficial to have a PayPal account. Nowadays, it's a lot of transactions that you do online you want to do through PayPal, because just in case something goes sour, you can always cancel it. You can go through PayPal, and they're usually pretty good in fixing any type of situation like that. But yeah, so you have your Craigslist that you can check out. Again, you don't have to do it locally. That's the beauty of the internet. You can connect with anybody in any state or any country, and you can just shop around, see if you can get the best price for your budget. Now in step 5, you want to get your insurance. You want to have insurance for many reasons. It looks good with your customer. Your customer is always going to ask you, or 9 out of 10 times your customer is going to ask you if you have insurance. Also, if you decide to do any subcontracting with any other company, they're going to want to see your insurance. They want to see that you're insured. So it's different from state to state. I'm not too familiar with all the companies that are out there, but it's as simple as hopping on Google, typing in contractor insurance near me, and then calling those places up. You don't have to decide on the first one that's out there, but I would suggest you give them all a call and see what kind of quotes you get, and what coverage you can get. Again, it varies from state to state, so I can't really go into it in depth, but check it out. Okay, now in step 6, you want to write a little intro about your business. Explain a little bit what your business is about. You want to kind of talk about your business, but get right to the point. Tell them what you offer. Tell them why it's a good idea to hire you. Tell them that you're passionate about this job. Tell them that you respect their homes and that you would treat their home like it was yours. What you want to do is you want to add a little picture of yourself, because it makes it a little bit personal. When people see a picture of you or your family, it kind of gives it a little personal touch, and they can connect with you a little bit more.